going to see more Hyper Chicken this season?
Oh, Hyper Chicken, the star of the show. Yes, we are. He is in Hyper Chicken. Will make at least a cameo. I can tell you in our 4th episode. He's in at least one. We have 26 episodes ordered by Comedy Central. So far, we have 10 scripts in various stages. So, in fact, I should take this opportunity to just leak a couple of details about a few of the scripts that are in the works. So I have to watch carefully what I say so as not to spill the beans too much. But you saw the beginning of the first one. As I said, it's sort of a literal rebirth of the show. So that's going to be the first one. The second one is a Zap Brannigan and Leela-centric episode where Zap and Leela get stranded on an Eden-like planet together, and you can imagine what may ensue, at least in Zap's mind at that point. I'm just going to give you a couple of the first few. We have an episode which is about the future of Twitter and iPhones and those kind of things. The iPhone, by the way, is implanted in your eye in the future in a painful operation. And I'll give you one more. We have a very shocking episode which involves a relationship, an unlikely relationship between Bender and Amy. So that's kind of the shocker of the first few that we're doing. So that's a few of them, and maybe I'll leak a few more as the day goes on.
I have one more question.
Sure.
How did you guys decide to pursue the Fry-Leela relationship? Climax?
Well, you're going to have to wait and see, aren't you? Because that's a lot of the subject of, again, the DVD left off with Fry and Leela declaring their love for each other as they flew off into oblivion. So naturally, yes, we do have to deal with that, but that is some of the subject matter of the first episode. So that's in the category of beans. That's the type of beans that I can't spill today. But rest assured, yes, we're not going to leave it dangling. We'll face that issue squarely.
Thank you so very much.
Thanks. Hello.
Hi. I could ask you dozens of questions because I think
I've been asked to keep it to 1 dozen per person. So.
Okay, well, I'll narrow it down. But I'm just wondering what you think it is about Futurama that's inspired such insistence by the fans for revival, or...
Well, that's the question I should be asking you guys, probably. But I think it's clearly the subject matter lends itself to that. I think sci-fi fans in general are more possessive about the things they like. And I grew up as a Star Trek fan, for example, in its many incarnations, and I just feel I grew up with that, and you can see it in Futurama. We reference it all the time, whatever. And I don't know, those characters are just real people to me who I grew up with, and maybe that's just the nature of sci-fi or its fans, that these people become kind of friends of yours. And even Futurama, I think, if we get canceled, it's okay because those people are Fry and Bender and Leela are off still doing their thing. So I don't know, I just buy into sci-fi for some reason. But in general, I should again say that whatever the reason for it, it saved our necks, because Fox executives are not that type of people. And when we went off the air the first time, we certainly did not envision this future for ourselves. But Cartoon Network, who put it on Adult Swim late at night, really gave us our second chance, and they put it on at 11 or 1 a.m. even, depending on what time zone you're in. And although it was at a weird hour, a lot of our fans apparently stay up to that hour. And unlike on Fox, where it was preempted by football every week, it was on the same time night after night. And suddenly people were aware of it, and even people who had never seen it before said, "Oh, I love that new show, Futurama." And I said, "Well, actually it was on 5 years ago, but thank you." And it gained a lot more following after its cancellation, and Fox started to take notice, and they said, "Hey, people are still watching the reruns, it's getting good ratings, they're buying the DVDs," and it was totally just the fan support at that point that brought us back, and brought Family Guy back first. So I should also credit Family Guy. They paved the way back to life for us, and a very rare thing for a TV show to come back after it's canceled. So Star Trek came back in multiple forms. So the original came back as movies. So I guess that seemed like maybe the one slim hope we had. I never thought we'd be back on TV. So thank you again, fans. You saved our neck.
Thank you for sharing with us. Can I ask one more?
One more.
All right. What influence has Comedy Central had in the newer episodes?
well, as I said before, they're just letting us do our thing, and they're not having a big influence on the content of the show. I think there's, they are interested in doing things to promote it and things like that, but really I don't think you're going to notice a big difference, I hope, between these and the old ones. I should say, technically speaking, you will see a difference. We're going to continue doing HD and widescreen, so we're not going backwards in technology. The advances we made in the production stuff with the DVDs, we're going to carry that over for Comedy Central. Now, I don't know, it may depend on your local system how it gets broadcast, but they are willing to take them in high quality technical form anyway. So, thanks. Hi.
Huge fan.
Thank you.
I have 3 very small questions.
Okay.
Okay, the first one is about, is that Nibbler's shadow at the end of the last movie?
Aha! We have a true fan here.
That's right.
Does anybody here notice in the original pilot of the series, we snuck Nibbler's shadow in, even though he was not introduced for quite a while. So we laid in a couple secrets like that over the years. We did a similar thing with Leela's parents, where they were seen in one shot before they were introduced later. In the very last shot of the very last DVD, there is a little secret thing for you, possibly only you, which is we again hit Nibbler's shadow in there just as a treat for people who've been watching since the pilot, who we thought would appreciate that. So you are correct.
So there's not going to be any follow-up on that? There's no particular reason he's there?
The main reason was just to please the people who had noticed it in the pilot and give them a treat. So Nibbler actually has the power, apparently, to blink in and out of the universe when he wants to anyway. So we figured he's okay. So Nibbler will be back. We're gonna learn a little more about Nibbler, and there's going to be we have a big Nibbler episode for next year, so he's not forgotten about. But that was mainly just like a little gold nugget for the hardcore fans. So
That's me.
that's you.
The other 2 questions deal with Lars Fillmore.
Uh-huh.
Number 1, his name.
Yes.
Why Lars Fillmore?
So in the first, this question relates to our first of the 4 DVDs, Bender's Big Score, which is a crazy time travel epic, and it involved a character named Lars Fillmore. Now, I guess in this crowd, I don't have to worry about tipping things that are already out. Do you know Fry's first name? Philip. So we wanted to just come up with a name that had a little clue or a little bit of foreshadowing in case anybody thought about it. We worked the word Phil into his name. That's the meaning of, where the Lars Fillmore came from. The Lars itself was just there to throw you off the track, but the Phil part is the secret part. So.
Cool.